What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Buckles Locker. Coming to you again. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting the channel. Support all Bucks platforms. Yeah. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to talk about some improvement in this game that we want to see. We're going to talk about injuries, and then also we're going to talk about the matchups with me. Let's get to it. So going into this game, the Bucks are 6-8, below average team, a lot of talent, but below average, and that's unfortunate. They are who they are at this point. I don't know any other way to put this. How can I say this? The last 2 weeks kind of let you know where we stand at from the upper echelon teams in comparison, right? We don't match up well against a couple teams. 49ers, Eagles, Bills, Chiefs, Bengals. We don't match up well against those 5 teams. Just by eyeball test. And there are some other teams that we're close to, but they have the edge. Vikings, Cowboys, Ravens. Ravens we don't match up well against the Ravens either. Vikings, Cowboys, a couple of those teams like that. Then there are some teams that we kind of evenly match, or we're right there with them. Giants, Commanders. These are the teams that give us a problem as well. Giants, Commanders, Titans will give us a problem. The way they play. Browns, they gave us problems. We lost to them. Steelers, we lost to them. Steelers are 6-8 as well. Who else? Lions. The Lions match up well against us. They'll give us problems. Jaguars will give us problems. The Jets will give us problems. The Patriots will give us problems. I don't think we match up well against the Dolphins either, offensively, but the Dolphins got a slight edge on us. So, like I said, I really named. I gave you the upper half of the NFL and how we match up against 1 through 15. And some of the teams we're just not even close to. And there's some teams that are slightly better or are better. And then you got some teams that are slightly better than that. Then you got the pick 'em teams. Like you can pick the Bucks or that team at this point. I'm just giving it to you up to date, where the team looks compared to other teams. And I'll be lying to you if I sit up and tell you, the Bucks are better than 22 teams. That's not true. Because the record and the play don't reflect that. But there are half of the NFL is better than the Bucks at minimum, right? And when you're 6-8, you're not a top 15 team when you're 6-8. 6-8 screams it screams that 17 to 23 range. And like I say, in that range, it just pick them. You can pick the Bucks or you can pick the Jags. You can pick the Lions. You can pick the Bucks. You can pick the Commanders. You can pick the Bucks. You can pick the Giants. You can pick the Bucks. So pick 'ems. A lot of pick 'em games with that middle range teams. But then there's like I said, there's the top 15 teams or top 14 teams that you can't pick the Bucks over those teams at this point. And I gave you 6 teams that we're clearly not better than. So, and that's unfortunate too, because like I said, the Bucs got talent, and going into this game, what you want to see is what the Bucs can do. Can they continue what they did in the first half? They found some success with the play action, despite not having a running game, but found some success, with the play action. And it's interesting. I don't even know why they don't do a lot of waggles and bootlegs. I know that's Tom Brady, but they don't even try to do bootlegs. Just like a half roll or something, to kind of move the pocket a little bit. But like I said, he's very stationary. He likes to sit in the pocket, which is fine. But sometimes it'd be nice to see some waggle or some half bootlegs in that system. But we don't see. Can't call plays with him on the run because that's not his style of play. But with the offense that we do have strengths and we also have weaknesses, and it's clear to see that. And if you don't know the weaknesses right now or by now, then I don't know what you've been watching. Offensively, defensively, special teams, and coaching, there is so much that the Bucs are not good in or they're okay in. And then there's some things that the Bucs are really good in. They just don't do it enough. They're awful in the red zone. They're awful on third and longs. They can't run the ball. They have poor situational awareness. Field goal kicker can't kick over 50 yards. The coaching does not do a good job with situational awareness and how the game flow works. The offensive coordinator is just boo-boo to foo-foo. And then Todd Bowles' defense is really good, but they have major lapses at critical times. So that alone, that's what, about 10, 11 issues, and they're major. These are not minor, like they can fix these things. These things been going on for 14 games straight. I'm gonna repeat. This stuff has been going on with the Bucs for 14 games straight. Everything I named, you've seen it in every game. Sometimes you've seen all 11 in one game. And what you see consistently in every game, third down, red zone, running game, cannot do a good job on that. Now, we got the Cardinals, who are they're eliminated from the playoffs. They're not going anywhere, so they don't have much to play for. Now they can play spoiler alert, right? But they don't have anything to play for really. They're just gonna play with toughness and some grit and some fight, some scrappiness. But I just got done watching the Cardinals on NFL, all 22, and that team is not good. From the coaching to the injuries, I think they just tired of, just based on watching them play. They got Vance Joseph as a defensive coordinator, who is not a bad defensive coordinator, but I just think the team is just kind of ready for the season to be over with. So, the improvements that you can see and you should see in this game is what you saw in the first half against the Bungles, the Cincinnati Bungles. The Cardinals will be starting Trace McSorley. The defense can improve too. And where the defense, where can the defense improve at? You must ask, because what, the defense is pretty good. What they need to improve in? Well, it's funny you asked that, because they're they still not stopping the run well, even though they stopped the run pretty good against the Bengals. But just in general, they haven't done a good job stopping the run. And the Cardinals are presenting James Conner, not the fastest running back at all. He's very slow. But he has good vision. He runs really hard. He's hard to tackle. And then when you look at Arizona's O-line, Arizona O-line is not good. They've had some major injuries. We got injuries too. Rondale Moore, he's on IR. Growing issue. He's always been hurt. He's about my size. DJ Humphrey, Pro Bowl left tackle, Florida, University of Florida player. DJ Humphreys, IR, Pro Bowl, almost all pro. Rodney Hudson, another Pro Bowl center. So they got 2 Pro Bowl guys that's on IR. They're not playing, right? So that's offensively. Now, if you look at the Cardinals O-line and where the Bucs defense can improve in, it's not a lot they need to improve in, just situational awareness. Because when you look at Arizona's, offensive scheme, it's a throw the ball around type scheme. And Cliff Kingsbury college scheme has come to an end. It's not working. And then, the inconsistency of Kyler Murray, but they're not good. The Cardinals organization is in a bad situation. The GM had to take leave of absence, and now they're saying that he's fired. Steve Keim, they're saying he's kind of like, I guess, fired, but he took a leave of absence. I guess he got sick or some health issues, but then now they're saying that he might be fired. Cliff Kingsbury, he's on the hot seat, and think about this. Steve Keim, Cliff Kingsbury, and Kyler Murray all got extensions. Let me repeat. The GM, the head coach, and the quarterback all got extensions. And the future for the Arizona Cardinals don't look great, because you can pretty much say Kingsbury should be fired. But they're going to let the season play out. And what the Bucs can't do is let this team get confidence. You can't let Trace McSorley go in there and light you up like Brock Purdy. That will be a total embarrassment if we go out there and lay another egg. Now, injuries aside of injuries from the Cardinals, they still got some players on that team. So let's not sleepwalk. Despite the Cardinals' injuries, they still got some solid players. Hopkins, Marquise Brown, Trey McBride. He's going to see a lot of time on that field, getting some catches. And by the way, there's an old lineman that some Bucs fans wanted in the second round, Cody Ford. He used to play for the Bills, but the Bills got rid of him, and now he played for the Cardinals. I know a lot of Bucs fans talked about Cody Ford, but he's on the Cardinals. They got Will Hernandez, another second round pick, played for the Giants. He never could really pass block good. They got Kelvin Beachum. He played for a lot of teams, well, a few teams, not a lot, but a few teams. He's serviceable, but not great. Billy Price, that center is not good. I remember some of the Bucs fans was talking about getting Billy Price. I forgot who it was, but then they got Josh Jones, left tackle, young guy. I think that's the Josh Jones. I think that's the young version. I think that's the young Josh Jones, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so the third round pick from Houston. He's a young guy. So that's the Arizona Cardinals offense, and what you want to see from the Bucs defense improvement wise. Just understand in critical situations, because there will be some critical situations in this game. It's always like that with the Bucs. And as Arizona drive the ball, Arizona will move the ball a little bit, but third downs, the 3rd and 8s, the 3rd and 12s, the 3rd and 7s, the Bucs defense can't have no lapses. And we saw it in the second half, even though they got put in a bad situation, but they still had some critical errors, some bad penalties, poor reading recognition situations. And, Kingsbury, yeah, he's probably on his way out, but he's still going to, try to win some games and try to finish strong. But like I said, they still got some guys that can play, They got old man AJ Green. AJ Green and Julio Jones need to retire. They're done. They don't have the legs. Neither one of them. Julio got a little more juice in him. AJ Green's done. AJ Green is officially done. I don't even know why he's out there. I really don't know. What was the purpose of going to Arizona? He only got 19 catches. He's 34 years old. He got 19 catches. The dude don't have no legs, man. And they keep trotting him out there. I find that interesting. Robbie Anderson, speed guy. So they're gonna throw the ball a little bit. They're gonna throw the ball. That's what they do. They throw the ball like 60-some% of the time, 63, 64% of the time. They just like us. They don't run the ball well. They don't have explosive running backs. They don't run the ball well. They got some talent at receiver, just like we do. We got a better O-line than Arizona. I'll tell you that much. Not even close. Now, if they had, Humphrey and Rodney Hudson there, then of course that'll be a push. But just looking at the Arizona O-line, they're not good at all. And I just literally watched them against the Broncos, and Colt McCoy got sacked, got knocked out the game, and then Trace McSorley, he got pressure. He's inaccurate, just like he was at Penn State. We got an Arizona fan in the building. He calls himself, or she, or this person calls themselves Arizona Cardinals. He has the eyeball icon, emoji con. He says, our coaching is not good at all, so I wouldn't mind taking the L to the GOAT. You mean the Bucks, not the GOAT. You wouldn't mind taking the L to the Bucks. Gotta respect our team now. You focusing on the quarterback, but you're forgetting about everybody else. You wouldn't mind taking the L to the Bucks. Got to correct that. See, over here, we talk about the team. One man to go in front of the team, not on this channel. The perception with everybody else on the outside, they look at the GOAT. Or, as I say, one of the greatest players of all time. One of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. One of the GOATs. Because there's a lot of factors that you have to factor in. Because you want to factor in accolades, okay, there's other quarterbacks you can put in there too. And if you want to talk about talent, there's other guys that's more talented. But when you add all that up, at any position, there's a lot of talent and there's a lot of GOATs as well. So he's not by himself. That's how I look at Brady. One of the GOATs, but not the GOAT. There's too many Mount Rushmore guys that I look at just as equal as a football player. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at NBA. That's how I look at MLB, NHL, boxing. All those lists are subjective, opinionated. Whether you're a stat heavy guy or that's your favorite guy or you respect that one guy a lot. But I had to learn over the years, there's so many great players. So many. So that's why I'm not going to use the word the GOAT. That's why I'm going to use the phrase the GOAT. I'm going to use one of the GOATs. So there's no I in front of there's no I in team. So shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. I just wanted to correct you on that over here. How I roll. Byron Moore, you come in Arizona? If so, pull up. I'm barbecuing before I head to the game. No, you wish you'd be there. You wish you'd be at the game, man. Yeah. Thank you for the $5 super chat. $5, but I will not be at the game because the game I have to. It's too close because the next day I gotta go get my daughter. So that I'm not gonna do all that traveling the day before I get my daughter. I'm not gonna do that. I gotta pick her up. So that's a no. Now I wanted to go, but I gotta get my daughter. Sorry. At some point I'll get to Arizona, right? I gotta go there. A-Rod. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Nothing from you, A-Rod? Nothing at all about the game at all? Shout out to you, man. Yeah, you wish is in the building. Byron, if you want to reach out to you wish. So yeah, so Arizona offensively not good. So it's gonna be hard fetched to see this game getting out of hand uh, from the Bucs defense. The Bucs defense should be able to hold up. They held up very well against the Bengals in the first half. And I just don't see Arizona's offense doing what Bengals offense did in the second half. I just don't see it. But the Bucs have a history of letting quarterbacks, random quarterbacks, you know, so we'll see. Now, offensively, or Arizona's defense, they got some injuries. Who was Thomas? Anybody know this guy? Anybody know this Thomas Maggio? I don't know him. So yeah, Arizona's defense, they got some players on their defense side too now. Even though remember that the team as a whole is not good. But they still got some guys over there that can play. Let's not discredit them, totally. Even though they're not a good team, and it starts at the top. Starts at the GM, the coach, quarterback situation, and everything else factor in. Because you can have talent on the team, but the play and the record don't match the talent like the Bucs. The Bucs are 6-8. It don't match the talent because it starts at the top. GM, head coach, OC, DC, it starts there. And that's the problem with Arizona. So when you look at Arizona's defense, they got, of course, yours truly, one of the decade's best defensive players, JJ Watt, one of the decade's best defense players. Zach Allen, he's hurt. I like him too, from Boston College. Xavier Collins from Tulsa, the outside linebacker / inside linebacker type guy. And then they got Isaiah Simmons from Clemson. Those are solid players. I would say Isaiah Simmons is better. Zach Collins, they kind of like double drafted it in that situation, in that area. I think Zach Collins will be better rushing the quarterback as an outside pass rusher. Marcus Golden, he's actually pretty good. They need to have them two on the edge because Zach Collins is like 6'4", 260. And I think he'd be better going at the quarterback instead of in space. I don't know. He did it at Tulsa, but I think Isaiah Simmons just needs to do that and then put Zach Collins rushing the passer. That's just my opinion. Byron Murphy, he's hurt. Pretty good cornerback. I don't know if he's going to play. Questionable. Colt McCoy's not playing, obviously, concussion. Greg Dortch, he's questionable, has a knee injury. Marco Wilson, questionable. Antonio Hamilton, questionable. I'm just going through these injuries so you guys can see. Zach Ertz, injured reserve. So they got some major injuries. Rashard Lawrence, defensive tackle, injured reserve. Justin Pugh, guard, injured reserve. They just been destroyed with injuries, man. But hey, everybody got injuries. It is what it is. But they got some players, man. Jalen Thompson, a nice safety. Buda Baker, all pro, top 5 safety. So they got, like I said, I just get what. So in all the defense, if you look at the defense, Buda Baker, Jalen Thompson, nice little safety tandem. Byron Murphy, if he plays, Marcus Golden, Isaiah Simmons, Xavier Collins, and JJ Watt. That's decent. The problem is just the coaching staff. They're done. Vance Joseph, it was talks about him being the head coach this offseason if he would have had a good season. But I don't think he's gonna get another head coaching job. Sorry, Vance. If you do, congratulations, but I don't think so. Not at this point. You need to have a solid season. This is not what you want on your resume. What have you done for me lately? That's not what you want on your resume this season. Trying to get a head coaching job. Like I said, Arizona got talent, but unfortunately, that staff needs to get wiped out, in my opinion. And I'll give you some examples here. Arizona defense, they give up 351 yards a game. That's 20th in the NFL. When all those guys I just named. They're not good. Defense gives up 5.6 yards a play. That's 20th in the NFL. They give up 26.6 points a game, 32nd in the NFL. They're not good. Their defense is not the system. It's not working. They give up 114 yards a game, which is 13th in the NFL. So they're solid there. They throw the ball quite a bit. They throw the ball 62% of the time. 6th in the NFL. They run the ball 37% of the time, which is 27th. So they like the Bucs. They throw the ball a lot, and they don't run the ball well. They average 4.3 yards a carry, 17th in the NFL. They average 111 yards per game. That's 20th in the NFL. So nothing to be wild about. Nothing to be scared about. The Bucs defense shouldn't have any issues. Shouldn't have any issues. Arizona averages 20 points a game. That's 18th in the NFL. So they average more points than the Bucs. Think about that. A team that is 4-10, a head coach pretty much out the door, halfway out the door. They average 20 points a game. That's more than the Bucs. The Bucs are at 17.6, I believe. Let me make sure I got this correct. Yeah, the Bucs are at 17.6. And the Cardinals average 20 points a game? Whew. That's how bad the Bucs offense has been looking for 14 weeks. Cardinals offense, 327 yards a game. That's 21st in the NFL. Like I said, the Bucs defense shouldn't have any issues. Shouldn't have any issues with the Cardinals offense. Yards per play, 4.8. That's 30th in the NFL. Now, the Bucs average 5 yards to play. That's 25th in the NFL. So that should tell you both of these teams offensively struggles. Third down conversion. Cardinals convert 35% of their third downs. That's 25th in the NFL. Where did the Bucs offense rank? 37%. 20th in the NFL on third down conversion. Red zone for the Bucs. Third down conversion, 37%. Red zone, 53%. That's 18th. Arizona red zone effectiveness is 60%. They score touchdowns in the red zone, which is 10th in the NFL. So if Arizona get into the red zone, they score at a pretty good rate. 10th in the NFL. The Bucs are 18th offensively. Interesting. Arizona offense averages 5.5 yards per pass play. That's 32nd in the NFL. Where do the Bucs rank offensively? Pass yards, as far as per play. Six yards. That's 27th in the NFL. Arizona's at 32 and the Bucs at 27. That's basically yards per pass. Arizona is last in the NFL. Want to know why? Because they do this a lot more than the Bucs. Check down. They do that a lot more. Yards. They want yak. The Oklahoma offense, the Texas yak. Dinking and donking and all that stuff like that. Get you in space. 5.5 yards per pass play. That's 32nd. And the Bucs are at 6 yards. That's 27th. So both teams don't really threaten you down the field. You can't when you got AJ Green and DeAndre Hopkins. He's a possession receiver. And you got old man AJ Green. Yeah, you got Hollywood Brown. And you got Rondale Moore, who's hurt, and Roby Anderson, who has been irrelevant in that offense. He wanted out of Carolina so bad. He goes to Arizona, and what has Robbie Anderson done since he got there? So, and all in all, that's Arizona's offense and defense. As you can see, folks, it's not good. Not good at all. I just find it hard to believe that the Bucs can struggle against this team. Just go watch the tape on them. All season long, they've just been struggling. Sometimes the message just goes blank. Like the message that Cliff Kingsbury is telling that team is not registering with that, what they're putting on the field. And that is a telltale sign of the team has just tuned him out. They're just out there now. Vance Joseph, his play calls is not hitting the same because the defense is pretty much exhausted because the offense can't establish anything. Teams have figured out Cliff Kingsbury. I think he, in his last 12 home games, I think he's 0-12. His last 12, like as a head coach. He has yet to win a home game in a while. If I'm not mistaken. I remember seeing a graph about that, him and his situations having home games. Winless. Fans ain't coming to the game. That game gonna be empty. It's gonna be a lot more Bucs fans than Cardinals fans. It should be. And you're lucky I ain't there. So this game is gonna be pretty much boring in a nutshell. So let's just enjoy it. I'm gonna do my little live stream on Christmas Day. Let's enjoy it and see what we can get out of it. Talk some, good stuff and have some coffee or some hot cocoa or some eggnog. I got a present to give out on Christmas Day to whoever wants it. I do got something for somebody, one person. I don't know how I'm gonna give it to them as far as like what I want to. What do I want to play a game, a question and answer situation, or just pick somebody? I don't know. But I do have something. I got it. I got something extra, but I don't need it. So I'm gonna give it to one of the Powers and Sea Bandits. I think you'll like it. So that'll be a Christmas gift. I don't drink eggnog. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't drink eggnog. Yeah. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink eggnog. I don't do no Starbucks, coffee press, none of that stuff. But yeah. Bucs offensively they need to do what they did in the first half. If we want to have any chance of gaining momentum, this game going into the Panthers game, which is I think that's going to be our toughest game out of the last 3 games. I believe the Panthers will be the toughest game out of all of these last 3 games. The Panthers that'll be the toughest game, in my opinion. You can say the Falcons, but I'm gonna say the Panthers. But for some strange reason, the Panthers just sticking around. I don't like the way they lost to the Steelers, but they kind of went away from their identity. They tried to throw the ball around a little bit, and it didn't work like that. But they need to get back to defense running the ball. But that's a whole other story. I think that game's going to be scrappy, and I wouldn't be surprised if Panthers win. I think they're playing the Jets, but I think they are. I'm not sure. Matter of fact, let me see who they playing. I think they playing the Jets. Oh, I'm sorry, Detroit. The Panthers are playing the Detroit Lions. That's going to be an interesting game. Because Carolina Panthers defense is stingy. I will say that. They are stingy. They are. They not super good, but they're stingy. They're stingy in their ways. They are. But yeah, that's gonna be an interesting game. The Lions should win that game, but you never know. Jared Goff might just drop an egg on us and give the Carolina Panthers the game, and then they'll be 6-9, and then we 6-8. So we gotta beat the lonely Cardinals, so we could be 7-8, staying a game ahead. And then you got that following week Carolina game. If they win, they'll be 6-8. 6-9, and the Bucs is 7-8. That's kind of like that might be the game for the division, because if Carolina win, they'll be 7-9. The Bucs will be 7-9 going into the last week of the season. We got the Falcons, and they have New Orleans. Now think about that for a second. Think about that. Detroit Lions, you got one job. You got one job. Beat the Lions. Beat the Panthers, the Carolina Kitty Cats. And then they got Detroit, they got us, and they got New Orleans. So they pretty much, if they win 2 out of the last 3, that puts them at 8-9. That means the Bucs literally got to win out to be safe. The Bucs got to finish 9-8. They got to finish 9-8, because anything below that, you're playing with fire. Cannot go 8-9 and hope. That I don't want no hope. I need guarantees. I don't want no wishful thinking. The Bucs need to win these last 3, and not just win them, but make statements in them. Even though these teams are bottom of the barrel. I mean, look, the Carolina Panthers are not a top 15 team. I don't even think they top 20, but I like the defense though. I like the skill position players too. They're pretty sharp, but just overall. And then we got the Falcons. And then we know the Falcons is not top 20. We got to win these games convincingly, and we got to gain confidence. That's what this team needs. And I'm not talking about, this reminds me of the 2020 season. This is not the 2020 season. Not even close. Not even close. So you can't compare 2020 to 2022. This is not one of them situations where the Bucs gonna win 3 games straight and it's all good now. They got it. They figured it out. Yeah, it looks good against those teams. Then the minute you play the Eagles or the 49ers, spit it, goes to crap, because you got to go to Philly. You got to go to San Francisco. It's gonna be cold in Philly. San Francisco ain't having it with y'all. I think the Bucs gonna beat the Cowboys. That's in my opinion. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm just giving you some wishful thinking. You win these last 3. You get into the playoffs 9-8. You host a home playoff game, most likely against the Cowboys. And you just so happen to beat them. That's 4 in a row. Let's give y'all scenarios, hypotheticals, Because remember, we played the Cowboys early and it was 13-3. That's when we beat 13-3, I believe. Yeah. So. And the Cowboys have played better than the Bucs in general since that first week. they went up and we went down. But in the playoffs, that's wishful thinking. And the main thing is beat the Cardinals and go 7-8. Oh yeah, the Bucs injuries. I forgot to bring that up too. I want to bring that up. I got to bring that up. I need to bring that up. I do definitely need to bring that up. So, Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah, I saw the super. Oh, that one. CJ Warrior, $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Yeah, anything like $4.99, I want to say $5. $9.99, $10. You can get it. $9.99, $100. Yeah. But CJ Ward with the $5 super chat. Can the Bucs finally score? He said finally, all caps. So he emphasizing finally score 30 points this game, or is it wishful thinking? Well, at this point, it is wishful thinking. That's unfortunate. That's crazy. Matter of fact, I need to see this real quick. The Bucs haven't scored 30 points at all. At week 14? I'm sorry, week 15 now. Or 16, you want to call it. But do you want the Bucs to score 30 points? You want them to get over 17. Let's start there. That would have been a better question, CJ Warrior. Can the Bucs finally score over 17? Which they did last week, but that was a garbage touchdown. It's garbage. They literally had 17 points. And then they padded stats at the end, which had no effect on the outcome of the game. But they were playing like the game was close on the last drive. What was the purpose of the last TD? Whether you get the TD or not, it's a loss. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what was the purpose of that, because somebody can get hurt because you're trying to get stats. Brady been doing that quite a bit for some strange reason. It's mine. No, man. Because that made no sense at all. To try to make the score look closer to what it is. They did it against the Chiefs. Did it against Baltimore. So on paper, it looked like, it was kind of a good game. So wanting them to get over 30 points, that's wishful thinking. Just get over 17. Just get over 17. Now, I want to get back to the Bucs injuries before I wrap this up. Winfield Jr., ankle. He re-injured his ankle. I think they need to get him healthy. Quit trying to throw it. And I understand why they put him out there against the Bengals, because they really wanted to win that game. They really wanted to beat the Bengals. And the best way to beat the Bengals was to play Antoine Winfield Jr. But the risk they took, he re-injured it. So I think that's a coaching decision that kind of like didn't make any sense. If you know he went 100% and you wanted him to get out there, I get it. But they should have sat him because he didn't play in the second half, really. Should have sat him. Now he re-injured his ankle. Now he's questionable. But he'll probably still play. But he's not going to be 100%, folks. That ankle is not going to be right. He's going to probably hurt it again at some point. And that's unfortunate. Julio Jones. Julio Fulio. Y'all favorite. Questionable. Knee. Limited practice. Wednesday. Why did we sign him? Why? What the did we sign him for? Knee. Limited practice. Big trouble, little China. He just like, what is wrong with this guy, man? It's a 17-game season, and this dude played like, 7 games? 8 so far? Julio Jones was this year's Richard Sherman. Julio Jones has been this year's, our Richard Sherman of this year. It's a shame. He's been the Richard Sherman. Wasted. Trying to get wasted. That guy had no purpose of being on the team, but he's there. Veteran presence. Wasted space. Could have got an O lineman or D lineman. But no, I like what we got on our team. Remember, that's what Tabo said. We needed Julio Jones. We needed Russell Gage. We needed the number 8, whoever that guy is. We needed those guys. And the production from all 3 of those guys has been awful. Wasted. Cap space wasted. He's serious. Jason Light, awful. What have you done for me lately? Ooh, awful. All three of them. Well, Russell Gage has been hurt. Awful. I wish there was a way out of Russell Gage's contract. I wish there was an out next year. I wish it was. That way they don't have to take a big cap hit. But they just can't get rid of Russell Gage. So he will be back next year. I will still draft a receiver to replace him. Because after the second season, they can get out of that contract. Because he ain't getting that third season. He ain't getting that third season. If I stick you, he ain't getting it. He ain't getting that third season. He'll get two of them. He got $20 million guaranteed. But all three of them, matter of fact, and Hakeem Hicks, awful. Wasted. Because Jason Light tried to do the same thing he replicated in 2020 by bringing some veterans in, think he can get away with it. Awful. All four of them. I don't care what none of y'all say. And Russell Gage, awful. All four of them. Wasted. Josh Wells, questionable. Highway 76, questionable. Ken O'Neal, questionable. Jamel Dean, out. Toe injury. I'm going to repeat. Jamel Dean is out. Toe injury. That means more Murphy Bunton on the outside. D. Delaney slot. Murray present. More Murphy Bunton. More D. Delaney. Jamel Dean has a toe injury. Yikes. Tristan Wirfs, questionable. Vita Vea, questionable. Carden, questionable. Jannard Avery, questionable. Shaquille Barrett, IR. Ryan Jensen, IR. Cam Gill, he's back. So that was KJ Britt, wasn't it? Yeah. So, yeah. Wasted. Ugly. I think without that KJ Britt came back. I think Cam Gill still hurt. Let me see. Let me double check that. Is he still hurt? Let me see. Yeah. Injury reserve. Foot. Yep. Man, the Bucks. Oof. The Bucks roster is just kind of weak, man. I'm looking at it. First 22 is all good. After that, they gotta tighten up the depth, man. They need some more depth. Man. I'm looking at the roster right now, folks. This is like, this ain't one of the best 53 rosters. This ain't one of the best 53. Can't be. There's no way. No freaking way. Luke Gedeke, he's healthy. They're just going with the hot hand. They're just going with the hot hand. And Nick Leverett, number 60. Luke Gedeke's on standby. Wasted. Second round pick. Yeah, wasted. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it to Luke Gedeke. I'm not gonna do that. He might turn to be good. He might be our Alex Kappa. A right tackle in Central Michigan, converted guard. It's a learning curve, folks. So give the man a chance. But as of right now, wasted. Time to get wasted. Second round pick as of now. He got to start next year. Because if he ain't starting next year, wasted. Another Jason Light pick, wasted. Keyshawn Vaughn, third round pick, wasted. Time to get wasted. Cal Trask, second round pick. Ain't looking good. Wasted. Time to get wasted. Jason Light, wasted. Second round pick. Not good, folks. I'm just looking. I'm sorry. I'm going on a tangent. Just saying. Logan Hall got it. Logan Hall, come on, man. I rock with you. But those other guys getting a lot of playing time. Travis Jones and Perion Winfrey. I'm gonna need you to do your job. Look, I need you to get in there. Fuss at Larry Foote, man. And Casey Rogers, man. Tell him to put you in the game more. Stop playing that old man Hakeem Hicks in the way. He in the way. Murphy Button, he ain't coming back next year. Wasted. Time to get wasted. Another draft pick. Just saying this. I'm just giving y'all the depth pieces. Yes. Thanks. But anyway, let's get to the predictions. Give me your score predictions. Bucks. Matter of fact, before I even do that, Bucks special teams. This is a special breaking news report from Bucko's Locker. Don't suck this week, man. A special message to the Bucks special teams. Don't F this up this weekend, Christmas Day, man, because I'm telling you, if you go out there and produce some bad returns and some bad kick return and punt return coverage and some missed field goals, I am going to unleash on Keith Armstrong. I am sick and tired of Keith Armstrong. I am sick of him. Anybody like Keith Armstrong? Does anybody like him? Let's call it fake punt. That goofy look he was. he wasn't ready. he kicking on the sideline because he called us. He recommended to play, and Ty Bowles silly butt went with it. Ryan Suckup, man. If they ask you to kick a field goal 50 yards, man, just be like, my foot hurt. Anyway, give me your score predictions, man. I need score predictions. The defense is gonna be fine. King Cook got the Bucks winning 48-6. Roger that. Roger that. All right, holy crikeys. Roger that. Okay, we got 48-6. 17-7 Bucks. You got us right at 17, huh? God. We can't get over. You think we can't get over 17 against the Cardinals? Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, I need some more score predictions. Byron Moore, we haven't beat a backup quarterback. Trubisky, Brock Purdy, PJ Walker. Oh, Lord. Jacoby Brissett. Oh, Lord. You ain't lying, dude. You ain't lying. 35-15. We taking surprise L 27-24. You ain't lying, man. Oh, Lord. We ain't beat no backup quarterback. We 0-4 against backup quarterback. Oh, my gosh. Mitchell Trubisky, PJ Walker, Brock Purdy, and Jacoby Brissett. You wish. 24-10. You got the Bucs winning that game? Rip 21-14 Bucs. Late TD at the end. Jonathan Brutus. What's up, man? 17-13 who? Grislow 24-17 Cardinals. God. Y'all ain't being optimistic at all. 0-4 against backups. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, jeez. That's bad. Trubisky had his best game against us. Remember that Chicago game? That was his all time. That was his best game of his Bears career, his NFL career. Had that man looking like he was Joe Montana, mixed with Tony Romo, mixed with Randall Cunningham. 0-4 against backups, man. Almost doesn't count. That put Kyle Trask. 24-10 Bucs. 23-17 Bucs. 14-12 who? 14-12 who? Bucs or Cardinals? Yeah, we did make that. The Bucs. The reason why he told Danny Dimes it was because the Bucs. Now remember that game should have been won. Matt Gay, not Jameis Winston. Matt Gay missed that game-winning field goal kick. So technically, that should have been 8-8 season with the 30 picks. Have you ever seen a team that go 8-8 with 30 with that many picks? No. Shoot, how many? 7? How many wins? 7 wins is a lot with 30 picks. The objective is to move the ball, make your kicks, and don't turn the ball over. You know what's crazy? Matt Gay is a Pro Bowler. You know he made a 55-yard field goal? Oh, the Bucs got a losing record against the Cardinals? Good Lord. 41-17 Bucs. 17-12. Silver Springs score. Silver Springs. Shout out to Silver Springs. Shout out to the Silver Springs, man. Springs, man. Shout out to the Springs. That's where I grew up at. Born and raised. Well, I was born at Tampa General Hospital, but I was raised in Silver Springs. I left Silver Springs a little early, right about 3rd grade, 4th grade. Shout out to Van Buren. Shout out to Greco. Lomax. Calhoun Elementary. Rodette Park. North Tampa Rams. Oh, East Tampa Rams. I'm sorry. East Tampa Rams. PAL League. The PAL. If y'all know what that means, it's Police Athletic League. The PAL League. Shout out to them. Shout out to Nucio. Shout out to Grand Park. Jackson Heights. College Hill. Deuce, Trefo. 40th Street. 43rd. Cross Fletcher. You know. Claramel. PV. Progress Village. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all them, man. Shout out to all them. Mm-hmm. Old school countryside, River Bend, Robles Park, Robles Elementary, Slide Middle School, or junior high, what are you gonna call it? Central Park, yep. Mm-hmm. I'm from there. I'm not one of them people that's like, I'll be talking. I'm from Tampa. I'm literally from there. I'll tell you what is going on. I used to talk to a girl in Central Park. Hood. I'm talking up in the hood, folks. I'm telling you. Johnson Court. I stayed over there at Johnson Court. Yeah, I was on food stamps. I got the free lunch. I had the the little card that you got to punch the you give the lunch lady your card when you get to the end of the with your lunch tray, and she punched your card with the hole. You got 30 days of that card, and you got to take the forms home to your parents, and they got to fill out the form where you get free food or you got to pay. My parents didn't make a lot of money like that. I didn't have a silver spoon. We had to get it. We had to live off of food stamps. When the brown food stamps, the green food stamps, when we actually had to have the food stamps in your hand, you had to go to the store. We treated that thing just like it was money. I remember food stamps. We was on it. Beanie weenies, syrup sandwiches, ketchup sandwiches. Man, look, bologna sandwiches, bologna and cheese sandwich, no mayonnaise. What buy pizza and cookies at school? I couldn't buy nothing. Get that free lunch. That's what you're gonna eat. When you're in the lunchroom, they had back then they had Pizza Hut. That was you can buy Pizza Hut, and I forgot it was something else in the lunchroom that you can go buy, and then you got the free lunch. So the people that was eating free lunch, it was like it is what it is. Oh, the Spartans and Eagles, yeah, man, I know about that. And the Rams, don't get it about East Tampa Rams now. I hated the Spartans and the Eagles. The power. Oh, I hated them. Oh, I hated them. Free lunch. Shout out to the free lunch people. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to free lunch. Yeah, man. Them cookies, them chocolate chip cookies, boy. Ooh, with the cold chocolate milk. Come on, man. That cold chocolate milk. Or what about them eggs in the morning for breakfast? For some strange, I don't. What that powdered eggs or something? Cause them eggs was good. I ain't gonna lie. And the waffles tasted so sweet. Y'all remember the waffles? Them waffles was like they wasn't regular Eggo waffles either. They was like sweet honey syrup waffles, like without the syrup. It was already sweet. It was already sweet without the syrup. It was already sweet. Y'all remember that square pizza? The pepperoni pizza with the little square pepperonis with the square pizza with the beef. Well, it was pork. Back then I ate pork because I didn't know what it was. As I got older, I cut it out. But I'm saying as a kid, that pepperoni pizza, the square cuts with the beef, the cheese, and man, I used to be, hey, you eating your pizza, man? Let me get that. We used to make trades and stuff. Like, let me get that. The sloppy joes was on point too. The beef macaroni. The beef macaroni? Y'all remember the beef macaroni, the chili macaroni? Oh, man, come on, man. That Mexican pizza, that's what it was. I'm trying to tell you, man. Y'all don't know about that. The lunch lady with the bonnet over the head, with the net over her head, with the attitude. I'm trying to tell y'all, we had some. That's like, look, when you look back on that wasn't the best food, but it was good. The fruit cup. Remember the brownie too? Y'all remember the brownies? Y'all remember that? The cookies. I'm telling you, that square pizza, I'll never forget that. I will never forget the square pizza, the pepperoni and the beef. It was like they took a big pan. It took a big pan and they cut it in squares, like 50 squares. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. And then, matter of fact, on Fridays we did have hamburgers. We had hamburgers and no crinkly fries. Like that food ain't great, but back then as a kid, I used to look forward to eating lunch, man. And my school we had 4 periods. We had 4 periods. I used to skip school. Not skip school. I used to skip my 3rd and 4th period because when you leave 3rd period, well, I used to skip 4th period. You leave 3rd period and then you go first lunch. You go from 3rd period to the first lunch. Then after your first lunch, you go back to your class. Then second lunch, go to the lunch. Then second lunch bell ring, they go back to the fourth period. Then third lunch, they go and they go back to class. Then fourth lunch, they go to the lunch, and then when the bell ring, they go to fifth period. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all don't know nothing about this food, man. Y'all don't know nothing about that pizza, man. That chili mac, the beef chili mac. With the bread, with the roll, with the roll. Oh. Does anybody understand? Was that powdered eggs, man, in the morning? Does anybody remember that? As trash as that food was at the time, it was good. We were kids, so we ate it and we ran it off anyway. But I think that was powdered eggs. Them eggs was good. And I'm trying to tell y'all, you remember the waffles? The waffles was on point to get to school in the morning. The grilled cheese. Y'all remember the grilled cheese? I don't know what kind of cheese that was, but it was good. I used to go to look. They used to be, man. I wasn't the smartest guy in school. Nowhere close. Not where I'm at now. Not saying I'm real smart now, but I'm just saying I was lackadaisical. I was like playing around and stuff like that. I don't know about that, man. I don't want to take y'all back down the memory lane, but I used to go to, not all the time, but I used to go to all 4 lunches. The bell ring, I go straight to lunch. First period. I don't even go to fourth period. Second lunch, bell ring, you got to, in between. I walk around for a second. Second lunch in the cafeteria, I walk in there too. Then you have to avoid the principal and the assistant principal and the deputy, because they be watching with their little microphone, with their little walkie-talkies. And they knew who I was, because the people I hung around and stuff, so they knew, so we had to kind of like, first lunch, you inside eating, that's your actual lunch. If you went to, and then second and third and fourth lunch, you had to kind of sit outside, go around the corner. Yeah. And then it was McDonald's across the street. We used to sometimes go across the street and get McDonald's. But I always had a job. So I had a little money on me. So, I don't know about that grilled cheese. Y'all have no idea about that grilled cheese, man. I'm telling y'all, I remember this food, man. I still remember the taste. And sometimes when in doubt, you get the cereal. And in doubt, get the cereal. The Frosted Flakes. I didn't like corn pops. I didn't like Lucky Charms. Then they had the cornflakes, the regular cornflakes. You add sugar. Then the Fruit Loops was always gone. Nobody ate the Raisin Bran, but they had the little cups, the cereal cups. You just pour milk in it. Nobody ate the Raisin Bran, but when they was out of that, when they was out of the Fruit Loops and the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that they had that too. When it was out of all the good cereal, it's like levels, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops. Sometimes Corn Pops. And if they don't have that, you go to Frosted Flakes, Corn Flakes. And if they don't have that, you got the Raisin Bran. And if they ain't got nothing, you're going to get the Raisin Bran. You're going to get the Raisin Bran. Trust me. If you get to breakfast late at school and all the good stuff is gone, because, breakfast start, 6:30. You get to school early. You get dropped off, the bus get there at 6:45, whatever, you go right to breakfast. Or if your parents taking school, hopefully you get there early enough in the cafeteria in the morning time to get the good stuff. But all the good cereal is always gone. Fruit Loops, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Corn Pops. Next level, Frosted Flakes, Corn Flakes, add some sugar. Next level, the last of the bottom of the barrel, Raisin Bran. I'm trying to tell you, but man, I'm trying to tell you, Fruit Loops was always gone, man. I swear to God, man. I hated that. You're right. Like, why everybody getting fruit? The best cereal. And I used to get Cinnamon Toast Crunch. But every now and then I had to get the Raisin Bran. Every now I got to school late, playing around, messing with them girls, trying to post up, as we call it. Back in Tampa, we call it posting up. Post up. Man. be at the lockers and stuff, talking, in the hallways, trying to mac. Anyway, you wish. $5 super chat. I used to go to the gas station to get a couple noodles and walk to school like that during middle school. What kind of noodles did you get? What kind of noodles did you get? Oh, they don't know nothing about the cornflakes and sugar. I try to put my daughter on that. She want the sweet cereal. Nah, cornflakes with sugar. We had to eat it at the crib because we couldn't get the cereal that cost the highest cereal. The Captain Crunches and all. We got the Captain Crunches like once a month, but in between, because it was 4 boys in the house, so we couldn't. So my mom and dad would go buy $500 worth of groceries, and that thing be gone in like 2 weeks. So we couldn't get all the expensive cereals and all that. So it was Frosted Flakes or Corn Flakes. Mm-hmm. Used to go to Publix or Albertsons. Publix and Albertson. Raisin. Man, you like Raisin Bran? Man, look. It felt like Raisin Bran, you eat that forever. Does anybody feel like that when you eat Raisin Bran? When you put the milk in there, it feel like when you get to eating, scooping and eating, and you look down and still a bunch of Raisin Bran in there? Does anybody know a cereal like that besides Raisin Bran? Because I swear to God, Raisin Bran, Corn Flakes, and Frosted Flakes, those 3 cereals, no matter how much milk you put in there, it's still a lot. It seems like it just multiplies when you put milk in there. You know what I'm saying? You put milk in the Raisin Bran or the Corn Flakes or the Frosted Flakes, it feel like it multiplies and triples. It triples like the amount. Like, because if you eat it dry, sometimes it's best to eat it dry, especially if you ain't got no milk at the crib. You pour a bowl and just dry. Some people do water and sugar. I don't know about that, but dry cereal sometimes is the best because it's like, man, I ain't got time for that. I'm just trying to put y'all on game, man. Raisin Bran, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, Frosted Flakes is better dry than with milk. Fight me. I'm taking y'all back down memory lane if I end this video, but fight me. Frosted Flakes is better dry than with milk. I'm telling y'all, man. I know. I grew up on that. That's all we ate for the most part. And every time we get the good cereal with 4 boys in the house, 4 of us, and we all look. I was the second oldest, and then the third oldest, he was like 2.5 years, 3 years younger than me, 2.5 years. And then the youngest was he's 7 years younger than me. So we was all able-bodied. So if I was 14, it was like 15, 14, 12, and then 7. So any good cereal that comes in that house from the grocery store, Publix and Albertson, it's over. It is over. Overdose from the dopest pen. I wrote this. My condolences. I'm trying to tell y'all, $400 worth of food, $500 worth of food, gone. My dad used to have his snacks. We used to go find his snacks. When we get done with our snacks, we will find our dad and mom's snacks and go eat their stuff. We was scavengers, man. We was ruthless, man. I could eat. I could eat y'all under the table. You don't want to go out and eat with me. I will eat you under the table. I might not look like it, but I will eat you under the table. Anyway, I know it expands, but I know it expands. I'm just saying, it just feels like it multiplies. It's like it's too much. You know how many times, how many bowls I've wasted of Frosted Flakes and Corn Flakes? Just got rid of it. Got tired of eating it. And after like 20 or 30, scoops, you be like, I'm done eating this. Now, if I'm really hungry, Corn Flakes with sugar, with the sugar at the bottom, when the milk got to be cold to eat that. That sugar at the bottom with the cold milk, y'all have no idea. Anyway, also, y'all got big families too. So you know how I feel. Look at that. You got 2 parents, 4 boys. That's 6 people. And my mom cooked every day. So I grew up in a 2-parent household. So my mom cooked every day. Sometimes she would cook and we ain't even hungry. We're like, Mom, I'm not even hungry. She cooks anyway. It was like clockwork. You got a 9-year-old. Cereal is the worst breakfast ever. No, it's not. Who told you that? You don't eat it every day, but it's not the worst breakfast though. No, hold on. 20 to 30 scoops. Look, you get a bowl. Look, I don't know how big your bowl. You got the cheap bowls. The Family Dollar, Dollar Tree bowls. Them bowls. Them plastic bowls and stuff like that. You pour your cereal in. When you hungry, you think you hungry, you dump your cereal in the bowl. You know what I'm saying? You be like, I think this is enough. Yeah, of course, nutritional wise, yeah. I'm just saying, you take the bowl. Y'all know how this works. You get the bowl, empty bowl. You open the box up. You think it's enough. And when you pour that milk in there, you be like, damn, it's too much. My mom cooked every day. That's why I cook a lot. Because I'm so used to smelling food all the time. I'm so used to cooking. I'm so used to watching my mom cook all the time. I cook all the time. I'm always in the kitchen doing stuff. I ain't even gonna lie. I think the kitchen is the most cleanest part in my crib. I ain't even gonna lie. I think the kitchen is the most cleanest, most organized part in my crib. Because my mom, she cooked every day. And you clean up where you always be. I'm always in the kitchen. I'm not always in my bedroom. I sleep everywhere. I sleep in my daughter's room. I sleep in the front room. I sleep in the bedroom. I sleep everywhere. I'm just saying. You know what's so crazy? For those of you that got big households, that grew up in big households, 2 parents, a lot of siblings, you have to wake in the morning time. We're talking about breakfast now. You have to wake up early in the morning to get the good cereal. Because sometimes my dad will get like 4 boxes of cereal. It'll be like Captain Crunch, Peanut Butter Crunch, or the regular or the Crunch Berries, Fruity Pebbles, and then he'll get cornflakes. I kid you not. You got to wake up at 6:45 to get the good cereal. Because if you don't do that, your siblings beat you to the punch. Now you mad. Now you waking up at 7:30 on Saturday, think you finna get some good cereal and watch some cartoons or play some Nintendo, Punch Out or Contra. You wake up and all the cereal is gone. And all you got left is cornflakes. The Fruity Pebbles gone. The Captain Crunch gone. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch is gone. The Kicks, the Tricks is for kids. The Kicks, all that's gone. And the only thing left is that nasty cereal. Now you looking at your siblings like, you dirty mother. Finish the box in 1 hour. Not even an hour. And you know how it is. Y'all all sitting at the table, y'all all eating the good cereal, and you see the box in the middle. You looking at everybody's bowls, who gonna finish first? Because whoever finished first and they grab the box for seconds, everybody looking like, oh man. Oh, come on, man. I'm trying to tell you, it was a war. If you got siblings, you know it was a war. It was to the death. It's either you or your siblings. You try to eat that cereal so fast because you want second servings. And whoever grabbed the box first, everybody stop, everybody kind of be eating. And when you hear that spoon drop, clink, and you look up, and your little brother or your little sister or whoever grabbing the box and doing another serving, you looking like, now you trying to finish first. Now you trying to get finished. Now you got to get the box, and then you get to the bottom of the box. Now you mad. Oh, the worst cereal with milk, it is Fruity Pebbles. That is the worst cereal in the entire cereal food chain to me when it comes to milk. That's why you can't put too much milk in Fruity Pebbles. And if you do, You better eat that shit quick. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. You better eat that quick. You better eat Fruity Pebbles quick because that thing gets soggy and it gets disgusting. Looks like a bunch of just goop. It almost like grits. My mom used to cook every day. And she cooked breakfast almost every day. Until all of us turned teenagers. But from 0 to like 14, she cooked every day. Every day. It got so bad. I used to get home from school. And I'm like, I'm not hungry, Mom. But she in the kitchen. And what my dad doing? Y'all ready to eat? I don't want that. It got to the point, I was like, I don't want that. And then we used to get in arguments about, who you gonna eat this, and then you get hungry, and guess what happens? You go in the kitchen, you gonna eat what she cooked. Oh, it was regular milk for us. Every night in was 2%, low fat, no skim, no oatmeal. No skim milk, no almond, no oats. It was 2% or regular milk, whole milk. Now I'm not hungry, and my mom would be like, "Okay," but she'll still cook and put it in the pot. Sometimes leave it on the stove, and we'll go out and play. We come back, we be hungry. Guess what? That food right there, the food that she cooked at 3:30, 4 o'clock, is right there. Go eat that. And as you got older, you kind of start, when I got the job, when I started getting jobs and money in my pocket, I used to go, Checkers, McDonald's, Bojangles, Tony's Deli in Lucio, the Cuban sandwich. Tony's Deli, boy, y'all don't know nothing about that. Anyway, I've been trying to get my daughter on breakfast, man. She don't be with that. The toast with the jelly, the purple jelly. She don't even like peanut butter and jelly. My daughter don't even like peanut butter and jelly. Man, I used to live on that. And eat it with the ends. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember the oatmeal pies? Or the oatmeal cookies? When they come in that red box. What they call? What's the name of them cookies? The oatmeal cookies in that red box. Oh, a gallon of milk. That morning, maybe a day. Maybe a day. Especially if we got a lot of boxes of cereal. Probably a day. Maybe 2. It was bad, man. Don't look, fam. For those of you that got kids, especially if you got 2 or more. One kid you can deal with. It's easy to deal with one kid. But when you got 2 or more kids, you really got to shop. Like, you got to be strategic when you shop these days because of inflation and all that stuff like that. But back in the day, man, look, Albertsons and Publix. I don't know where y'all shopped at, but that's where I shopped at. In the South, that's what we do. Publix and Albertson, period. Anyway, thank y'all for joining Bucko's Locker. It was good, a little reminiscing, right? Y'all remember that back in the days? Even if you ain't that old, in your 30s, you remember. Late 20s, you kind of remember too. But late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, 40s, 50s, you remember. You go grocery shopping, $300, $400, $500 for food. You living like a king for like a week with siblings. I'm trying to get my daughter on peanut butter and jelly, man. She ain't rocking with that. Oh, y'all remember the juice, Tropicana, or the juice in the carton, the long carton with the cap, with all those flavors. Y'all remember the juice? All those flavors, mango, fruit punch. Man, look, grape. Man, it wasn't no calling for last juice. You sneak in there and get it, especially at nighttime. I used to drink my mom wine coolers. They were sweet. I used to drink a wild berry wine coolers, blackberry wild berry wine coolers. I used to drink a peach. She used to have them in the bottom of the little cooler. I used to go drinking wine coolers. They were sweet. They taste like soda. That's what I thought it was. It was good too. Oh boy. Dang, boy. Wine coolers. I just drink wine coolers, boy. Y'all don't know about that. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Thank y'all for joining. Even bacon bits. I just eat bacon bits all the time too. Sardines. Yeah. Fire those cannons. Seize the day. Raise the flag. Hashtag no risky, no biscuit. Hashtag facts over feelings. Hashtag bombs away. Hashtag stay humble. Hashtag probability versus possibility. Hashtag trenches matter. Hashtag don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I just talk about it. Hashtag fire the cannons. Hashtag walk the plank. And hashtag. Oh, hashtag what did your eyes tell you? Sunday. And hashtag Super Bowl the bus. And I forgot. Hashtag. Oh, I'm my bad. I almost forgot. I got sidetracked, right? My prediction, the Bucks will win 27-10. Dominant performance. The Bucks will move to 7-8. The Bucks will win the game 27-10. I'm sorry, fellas and ladies. I took y'all back in my days. So now I gotta eat something. I'm gonna put it right in the kitchen. I'll see y'all Sunday. And if I don't see you Sunday, have a Merry Christmas and happy holidays. So I'll see y'all Sunday. I have my little one with me too. Peace out.